Hey guys, this video is part of a special collaboration between my channel and Rachel Talbott's channel, all around the idea of summer entertaining. Now, if you're not familiar with Rachel's channel, you are in for a treat. I encourage you to head on over there and subscribe, and there you will find all kinds of great beauty tutorials, DIY projects, as well as tips for your home. So throughout the next 3 weeks, Rachel and I will come together to give you a double dose of summer entertaining. So for my part, I'm going to show you some great ideas to get the food on the table, and Rachel is going to show you how to get your house in order. And together, we hope to inspire you to entertain in style this summer. And I will also be uploading my regularly scheduled video on Saturdays, so this way you will have 2 videos to look forward to for the next few weeks. So today, Rachel and I are tackling the drink and appetizer party, one of my favorite ways to entertain in the summer. So I'm going to share with you 3 appetizer ideas that I think are perfect for having somebody over for a casual get-together or if you're watching the game. And Rachel is going to share with you some tabletop ideas that'll help personalize your party through a beautiful tablescape. Okay, so let me show you how to make my sweet and salty rosemary cashews. So in a large saute pan, you're going to place 3 tablespoons of butter. Once that's nice and melted, you can add 1 tablespoon of honey and 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. Go ahead and whisk that up until everything's combined, and then we're going to add 1 pound of raw unsalted cashew nuts. Now the nice thing about this recipe is you really could use any nuts you like. I really like cashew nuts, but if you prefer almonds or pecans or walnuts, go ahead. Then you just want to stir up the nuts until they're nice and coated, and then we are going to transfer them to a rim-lined cookie sheet. And then you're gonna pop in the oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for just 10 minutes. And what you wanna do is every 3 to 4 minutes, go in there with a spoon and just toss them. And you'll see they'll start to get golden brown and buttery and look really delicious. Then once your cashews are done, you're gonna take them out and allow them to cool on your cooktop. And while they're cooling, you wanna add in 2 tablespoons of freshly minced rosemary. The nice thing about this recipe is as those nuts are starting to cool, they're still warm. So when you add the rosemary and toss it in, the warmth of the cashews will start to release all of those oils in the rosemary and really flavor your nuts in a great way. And then you're also gonna add a little sprinkling of your favorite sea salt. So that's it, that's all you have to do. Now you can make these in advance and you can leave them right there on your cooktop just cooling, and then moments before your guests arrive, you can reheat them and pop them in a 300-degree oven for just about 5 minutes and they will warm back up. But all the heavy lifting is done, which is nice. So everybody likes a quesadilla, certainly at a party, but when you combine a cheese like Brie and mix it with something like a sweet pear, it sort of takes the idea of a quesadilla and makes it a little bit more fancy without a lot more effort. I really like to use those tortillas that are uncooked. You can find them usually in the refrigerator section of your supermarket. They just make the most wonderful quesadillas and it's perfect for entertaining. But if you can't find those, you also could just use a regular flour tortilla. That would work as well. So the first thing we're gonna do is just cook our tortillas on both sides, making sure that they're nice and golden brown. Then we're gonna take some Brie and just place it on the lower half of your tortilla. And on top of that, you're gonna add some sliced pears. Go ahead and fold over your tortilla and then put it back on your pan and lightly grill it on each side, just making sure that it's nice and golden brown. So what I like to do is make a batch of these and put them on a cookie sheet and keep them in a 325-degree oven just to keep them warm and keep that cheese nice and melted. So this is a good thing to do maybe 10 or 20 minutes before your guests arrive, so that way when everybody comes through the door, you have these delicious warm quesadillas ready to greet them. And then to serve, I like to cut them into wedges and serve on a nice cutting board. I keep the wedges kind of small because they are a bit rich, but they are delicious and most people cannot eat just one. Okay, warm and gooey appetizer taken care of. Now we are gonna do appetizer number 3, something crisp and refreshing. And for me, there's nothing more classic than a Crudité platter with green goddess dressing, something I love to serve in the summertime. Let me show you how easy it is to make. So in a blender, you're going to add a cup of mayonnaise and a cup of sour cream, 3/4 cup of fresh parsley, and I don't even really chop it up that much because the blender will actually do that part for you. A 1/4 cup of dill or tarragon. Now tarragon is really traditional for green goddess dressing, but I find tarragon can sometimes be hard to find at the supermarket. So dill is sometimes a little bit more available, but either one will do. Then you're also gonna add a 1/4 cup of fresh chives, a tablespoon of lemon juice, 2 garlic cloves, and 1/4 cup of water. Now at this stage, it is traditional to add anchovy paste to green goddess dressing, but I usually don't like to do that because I find vegetarians will usually gravitate towards a crudité platter, and I don't want to say, oh wait, there's anchovies in there, so I just kind of leave it out. But if you wanted to add it, by all means, it would be very traditional. And then you're also going to add a little salt and pepper to taste. Go ahead and whirl that up, and your green goddess dressing is done. When it comes to choosing vegetables for my crudité platter, I always like to focus on color, texture, and size. Because if you have a nice assortment of all of those things working together, it'll make for a really pretty presentation. So for me, I like to do something tall, like some baby carrots, which are nice and slender and give you that burst of color. Next to that, I like to add in some sliced radishes for a little bit of bite. And then next to that, I'll use some broccoli because the broccoli has a wonderful texture to it and that burst of green is just so summery. Then on the other side, I'll cut some baby zucchini, again for something tall and slender. And then I'll place some endive leaves. I like the color and the texture. They're also really crisp on a hot summer night. And then I also like to use a little bit of cauliflower because you get that burst of white against all of this color, and then you also have a really pretty texture. And then if I have room, I'll also nestle in a few cherry tomatoes. And then the final step is just to add in your green goddess dressing. And you'll see that beautiful color just brings all of these vegetables to life. It is the perfect display for summer that's not only refreshing and delicious, but healthy too. The other nice thing about this appetizer is if the guests don't eat all of the vegetables, and sometimes that can happen with a crudité platter, that's okay because they're all cut up and ready to go. I save them and I pop them in my fridge and they make for a perfect snack in my kid's lunchbox the next day. So there you have it, my trio of appetizers. I hope you guys give this one a try and let me know what you think. And now that you've got your snacks in order, you need to head on over to Rachel's channel and find out how to get that table in order. She's got some great ideas for a beautiful tablescape. All right, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this collaboration, and we will see you back here next week for another double dose of summer entertaining tips. Until then, bye.
You know I could have been a painter, mixing some color to your lives.